today, Paranormal 6. I'm not going to be talking about an experience or anything today. I'm going to talk about something which I hope will help people to understand a few things. And it's all stems around a video I watched this morning. Somebody was talking about one thing, and in it there was talking about how they miss a person, a friend that passed on a couple of years ago. And I went to put a reply in, and I noticed a youngish woman had put a reply in, and she said, "It really frightens me. Death really frightens her. She must be terrified of it, thinking about it all the time." She said, "I'm frightened of it. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if I'm going to exist. I don't know where I'll go, if I'm going to go anywhere, whatever." So I did leave a reply to her and explained a little bit that she doesn't have to be frightened. And strange, a little ting later, some other woman who really talks a lot of flipping sense. I subscribed to a channel. Talked about a near-death experience she had where she literally died, passed over, and came back again. That's a story to tell. But a little bit of what I want to talk about is the fact that, yes, I'd be silly to say, "Oh yeah, there's nothing after this life." I'd be sort of contradicting myself, because I know there is something after this life, and I've seen people that have passed on from this life, and they're there, happy, and going about their daily existence, and waiting for the day that loved ones that are still here will be there with them. Same as people this side, remember them. It's a continuation, it's not the end of things. And a sentence I've always loved, I come across it a lot of years ago: "Death, the biggest lie ever told." Death, the biggest lie ever told. And it is. We're conned, we're told death. There isn't such a thing as death, as cut, finish, finito. Yes, if you want to call it death or whatever, transformation, whatever, there is a time when we do move on, but it's not death. It's a continuation, and I'll talk a little bit about that. So I want to try and give you a little bit of insight into life and spirituality and everything. And one of the things is, so if we want to call it a ghost, if we want to call it a spirit, I prefer spirit to ghost. Ghost seems very Hollywood-ish, novel-ish. Spirit is more natural-ish. So yeah, what is spirit? What's the difference between you as a person and the spirit? Well, in a sense, not a lot. We're both matter. But that's matter. I can feel that matter. Yay! So what's a spirit? Is it a wispy thing that just wisps around? In Hollywood, yeah. In reality, no. A spirit is matter. It's a different matter to this, but it is a matter. So, yeah. And I've always excuse that. I've always looked at this in this way. When you look at a film or people talk about anything, oh, and I walked into there, and as I walked, this spirit appeared, and I walked right through it. And I've often thought, did we walk through it, or did it walk through us? Which one? The thing is, we're two totally different levels of matter, but we are matter. It's not that you suddenly don't exist and, you, like I said, you're this wispy thing that floats across the living room or something. No, you just go on to an higher existence and then on from there. So I wanted to give you a little demonstration of how spirit works and how that works within the body, because spirit is always there. You cannot destroy spirit. It's intelligence, it's matter, it's eternal. You cannot destroy it. That what is you cannot destroy. You can destroy the body, you cannot destroy your spirit. I want to give you a little bit of a demo as to how that works and how we look at it and how we perceive it and how it can make us feel probably totally nothing, or it can make us fear it or whatever. And to help with the demonstration, I'm going to bring back my little friend that, if you've watched some of my videos, you've seen him before. And it is him. There he is. What's he doing? He is pretty inanimate, nothing. He's in all intents and purpose, as Monty Python said, a bloody dead parrot. So if you want to look at him in that way, what is he? Right, we'll call him, we'll stick him like that, we'll screw him up a little bit. And he's a newly created body. But that body is just that. Flesh and bones, doing nothing. Here is a spirit. You got to try and use a bit of a flipping imagination now. Don't be looking at me and saying, oh, sod off, it's your bloody hand. Oh no, it's my hand. Think, spirit. Inanimate, flesh and bones. Now, look what happens. Spirit, got to flipping find where it is actually. Enter in the body. And yes, it's my flipping hand. I can't do everything with one hand. But you can at least do that. Hello, hi. So all of a sudden, he's got his own little character. There's something within him that's creating the things that he does. He's living his little life. Say hi. Yes, I know it's not quite like a human being, but like I said, I've only got one flipping hand in there. I can't move around so quick. But there you go, here's the little person living his life. Now that can be a granddad, it can be a son, it can be a brother, it can be a friend, whoever. And you interact with that person and you love each other, whatever. Just as you should do, isn't it? Yeah. He's a cheeky little sod. But there comes a day. He's living his life, he's gaining his experiences, he's gaining intelligence, he's gaining knowledge. He's gaining all the things that you'll gain with this body that you can't with the spirit. And what sort of things do we gain? Have you ever noticed in this life? There's opposites. There's always an opposite. Hot, cold, hard, soft, wet, dry, love, hate, loud, soft. There's an opposite to everything. And if you did not experience that, you're at a disadvantage. And in this life, we're experiencing all those things. So, he goes. Stop touching my flipping knee. But he's going to. That's sort of, what is it? Well, actually, it's sort of soft. Oh, what do you mean soft? Well, let's have a look. Touch that iPad. What's that? Oh, that's hard. Now he's got something to go by. That's hard. That's soft. Joy. He's feeling happy. Oh, pain in the stomach and everything. Oh, pain, anguish, hurt, everything. See how he's growing and he's learning. Joy, happiness, pain, sorrow, love, hate, hot, cold, sweet, sour. He's learning all those different things. All these things are the only things you're going to take with you. All your knowledge, all the love that you gain in this lifetime. Because when you go, the rest of it stays behind. It doesn't matter what you got, you can't take it with you. You can't even take the hate with you. It's love that side. Isn't it? Yes. Is he going to take his looks? Well, you're not bad looking, are you? Anyway, folks, that's primarily the idea. The spirit's in the body and it's driving the body. And you're doing all these things, you're learning and you're growing and you're becoming intelligent, hopefully. But one day, all becomes sad. And we know that this poor little man isn't going to hang around very much longer. And there comes a day when out comes the hand. And what you're left with? That. And that really in a nutshell, although it's a little bit of fun, is what the spirit's all about. It's a being, it's material, it's got matter, and it's got a life force. And when it enters this created piece of flesh and bones that two people create, that spirit enters it and it's suddenly got life. And when the day comes, because we've got an allotted span, that withdraws from that flesh and bones, and but because it withdraws doesn't mean to say death. Yes, the body that was created, because it wasn't there before, it was created for the spirit. It housed the spirit. Now the spirit's had to move on and it leaves that flesh and bones behind, which we all know what happens to it. But the spirit, it doesn't happen the same. It doesn't die, doesn't disappear from existence. And what's your spirit look like? Go and look in the mirror. So very much like that. So there you go. there's my little spiritless friend. I hope he helped you to understand it a little bit better, because really that is the crux of the matter. Do I fear death? No. Am I looking forward to it? No, not particularly. Life's exciting, and we have to just go on that little bit of knowledge and that little bit of remembrance, because we remember a little bit of all these things, but we're not sure because we're in this world leading this life. But yeah, comes a time, if you look at it that way, spirit, inanimate object, spirit enters into that and it becomes an animate object. Comes the time, spirit leaves, and the body then has got no power engine to it or anything. So yeah, there's nothing to fear about it. And where is the spirit world? Is it out there in the solar system? No. So where is it? It's here. It's the same space that we occupy. It's, if you want to call it, if you want to be really fantasy-wise and all that sort of thing, and sci-fi, we'll call it, I forgot the bloody word now, trying to think of the fancy thing. But it's like a side-by-side existence. It's together. They're here, we're here. If you could see them, you'd be surprised because they're all around. Why don't you see them? Because we're not really supposed to see them. They're not really supposed to see us. So if you're living in a home, they lived in a home, they come back to visit that home to experience that, because they'll see it as it was when they were here. Then you both do your thing and don't even know each other's there. I don't know why it happens, but with some people, now and then we get that situation where there is a interaction between the two sides, and that's why always people say it's like a veil. You'll be talking through this veil. But yeah, so anyone that really fears it, I don't suppose in the slightest this is going to take it away, but I hope it helps a little bit, that you can see the workings of how the spirit works with the body and what happens to that body when the spirit leaves. And that is all that happened. And for you out there that have actually seen someone that's passed over, I would hazard a guess you could say to me, if I say to you, and what did they look like? Well, actually, they just looked like a sort of doll. They weren't there. Yeah, you know, they can make bodies up to make them look like they're asleep or whatever. But when you look at someone, that thing that you loved and really was connected with in that person, when you look at them, that is not there. It's moved on. So it's not dead and just laying there, if you understand what I mean. If something dies, as we call dead, it would be laying there, and you would look at them and you'd think, oh my giddy aunt, that is dead. That is what I loved in everything, dead. But it isn't. You look at it and you can see the body and you know that person is not there. They're dead, as far as we call it dead. But you look at them and you think, and it makes you feel better actually. You look at them and think, they're not there, they've gone. That force, that spirit that is there is just not there. It's not laying dead, it's not there. It's just a shell left. And really that's what it is. So I hope it helps a little bit. It's not a big revelation or anything, but I thought it might help some people to understand the process a little bit of how the spirit works, because it's not something we see every day, is it? But yeah. So try not to be so sad about people when they pass over. Miss them, miss the company and everything that you have with them. Don't make it so sober and morose, because they feel that, and it holds them there when you can't deal with it. They want you to be happy, they want you to enjoy your life, they want you to carry on and do all the things that you would have done if they were there, and they just look to the day that you'll both be together again. So yeah, do what they would really like you to do, and that's just be happy, don't forget them, but get on with life, and look forward to the day when you see them again, and yay, how are you doing? Okay, so have a nice day. Again, don't do anything I want.